I want to greet the media addressing the media on important and pertinent issues in our country. We have been urged by the President to maintain a peaceful approach towards handling national matters. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow countrymen, all distinguished guests, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. This afternoon, we have been compelled to offer a brief press briefing in accordance with the political environment in the country that's prevailing. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to comment on the economic aspect of the country. We are so happy that the diesel price in the country, as you know, the other month it dropped from 33 kwacha to 23 kwacha. The drop in the price of fuel would definitely boost the economic activities among the motorists. Our bus drivers who were catching negative, I'm privileged that now we have seen our bus drivers have started making manageable profits in the country and are able to take care of their families. Ladies and gentlemen, agriculture sector is booming with reduced fuel prices. Our tractors and other machinery, including chigayo, in the villages is going very well. We have reduced the price of chigayo from 15 kwacha grinding a bucket in rural areas. Now we have gone to 10 kwacha, and the price will continue to drop in order to allow our poor people. We are also extremely very happy that the country have received sufficient investment. More than 172 companies have been approved by ZEMA to set up strong and heavy industries in the country. You are aware that in Ndola, we have brought the biggest crude oil manufacturing company in Africa. What does it mean? Now Zambia will be able to produce its own fuel from agro products, biofuels. We are going to produce. You have seen also the investment of Inden has reached to its climax, not only producing biogas and gas for the stove, for energy supply. Inden refinery has also continued to produce sufficient stocks of diesel in the country. This is really a motivating factor by President Hakainde Hichilema's robust investment in the country in terms of industrial base. Ladies and gentlemen, I make sense. They are very happy that all the industries that were gone, including the Murungushi textile, President Hakainde Hichilema has made sure more than $300 million have been invested in this particular sector. And the Murungushi textile in Kabwe, which was a ghost town, who is starting manufacturing next month. I also want to tell the people of Zambia to remind you, in case you are doubting the capability, the potential, the leadership intellect, President Hakainde Hichilema has made sure that nitrogen chemicals of Zambia has received a machine worth $6.5 billion. And yes, more than 10,000 new jobs in Zimbabwe are available for the recruitment of the young people and women. This is what we are. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to tell the people of the Republic of Zambia that the World Bank released 232 million kwacha for interconnector from Tanzania to bring electricity from Tanzania. And we are talking the people of Nakonde, more than 3,500 jobs in Nakonde have been created through this particular investment by ZESCO Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell the people of Zambia that Zambia Rural Electrification Project has received more than $7 billion to connect electricity to all schools countrywide. All clinics, all the health facilities are now receiving rural electrification connectivity, so that our children can have access to electricity, they can have access to computer, so that they can competitively write their exam. This is not a mere achievement, ladies and gentlemen, fellow countrymen. Your President Hakainde Hichilema has made sure, has recognized the effort of the Zambian farmer. The bag of maize, which was only costing 180 kwacha in 2021, the President recognized the cost of fertilizer and other agro inputs. The President has rewarded the Zambian farmer. The single bag of maize, 50 kg, now is 340 kwacha. This is going to transform the rural livelihood. This is going to motivate more further investment in agriculture sector. The price of maize is attractive, and this has motivated a lot of farmers. We are expecting to double the agro production in 2026. Zambia's maize stocks will be so huge to uncontrollable levels. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to tell the people of Zambia that Zambia's GDP will not grow without proper adequate investment in mining sector, agriculture, and industrial production. The investment in new industries by private investment and government investment, which are owned by IDC, will transform Zambia's economy by having sufficient exports that will bring forex. To bring down the dollar to 10 kwacha, bring down dollar to 20 kwacha, it requires Zambia's commitment to investment in the industrial sector and manage sufficient exports in order to attract forex the country. You cannot bring down the dollar by eyes or by politicking, by joking. You cannot by telling lies and propaganda, lighting on social media. You think that the dollar can come down. The only way of bringing down the dollar is to invest in agriculture, increase massive investment in agriculture. Not only investing in agriculture, also in industry and mining exports. Invest in mining. You do exports, then you bring the dollar here. When you have sufficient dollar, you see this dollar coming down. My assessment is that Zambia under President Hakainde Hichilema in the next years, the dollar, if they are not careful, it will be 1 kwacha versus $1. This gentleman is so magnanimous in making sure that that investment in mining sector is flourishing. Today, ladies and gentlemen, fellow countrymen, $10 billion Anglo-American IDC investment, the CCM, has started flourishing in Zambezi to make the biggest nickel producing country, which is Zambia, in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, the copper smelter in Chawama, under Zambia National Service, by Zambian government, has started, is under construction. Very soon, we'll have the biggest copper smelter in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, you are aware that Kalengwa mine in Mfumbwe was under serious deadlock for more than 50 years. Today, under President Hakainde Hichilema, Kalengwa mine has started operating. You have seen the strategic handling of the economic sector and the mining tax regime. This has attracted further investment by KCM. The KCM, which was only being managed by one man in Ngorungu, today it has created more than 25,000 jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a mere achievement. You are aware that life in the copper belt has changed. Investment has changed. Our houses now in the copper belt, my house in Kitwe, it was last year, I can tell you, 2021, my 4-bedroom house, the people are only paying me 400 kwacha, 4-bedroom house. This year, only after this robust investment, my house is fetching 7,000 kwacha. This investment by President Hakainde Hichilema in copper belt has really boosted the livelihood of our people. Mopani is back on its foot. The mine which says copper finished, now they were selling equipment at scrap value. Today, Mopani copper mine has started producing sufficient stocks of copper. We are targeting 3 million metric tons of copper under President Hakainde Hichilema. This will be achieved. Ladies and gentlemen, when a man is performing like Hakainde Hichilema, we need to support him. Our Tazara retirees, more than 35,000 Tazara retirees, for more than 20 years, had no access to their pensions. When President Hichilema came to power, has made sure that Tazara workers now are being paid. They've all been paid all their terminal benefits and pensions. Ladies and gentlemen, we are also reminding you that in Ndeni oil refinery, which are more than 5,000 workers were jobless. Today, Ndeni is back to its foot with the robust, high advanced technology and new equipment, which is now doing the oil refinery. Not only that, the president has made sure the reduced congestion on roads by ensuring that the oil pipeline, Chawama pipeline, is now functional from Nakonde to Ndora. This is not a mere achievement. KSM in Nampundwe mine has increased the production of sulfur. Sulfur production has gone up. Number of employees in Nampundwe in Lusaka has gone up. That is not a mere achievement under President Hakainde Hichilema. Zambia's economic prospect is showing a positive outlook. We are moving on a right trajectory. And when a football player is scoring, when is scoring, like the way Karushabwari used to score, number 11, and Dennis will make a live comment, ladies and gentlemen. There goes Karushabwari. He makes a turn in the air, take us home. That is what Zambia will do. You comment for a prayer when you have got the best president in Africa. When you have a focused leader in Africa, as Zambia, we must be united. We must cheer our national team because we are achieving. We used to call our people all over Zimbabwe, we're all over South Africa to make orders. Things have changed. Today, some neighboring countries that are coming to order from the Chinese shops. Zambia is a peaceful country. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to throw a very big challenge to our brothers. Watata Bakampyongo, Wamayo Estungu, Ichalo, Watata Kaunda, Wakakwekwe, Wakamanga, Bahari Mwankumbula, Wanachisa Mumanja Matu. Isamene Chiriko Ichalo, Ichanda one Zambia one nation. We must unite Zambia. We cannot afford to divide our country, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have intermarried. My wife, my late wife, Grace Mansa. The mother was from Chinsari. The father was from Mansa. All the family and my children, my 6 children, they are very happy. And I cannot start getting a passport to Kasama. The country. And we won't have one president at the time. Our brother Davis Mwira. Davis Mwira failing the 12 several times. You passed with 6 points. That's a very intelligent man. Wamayo Mumipi, Mayo Chemba Tremba Tiwingra Mushi to the first one. remember in 2001, you and me, what we were discussing? My friends. Filekeni fyomulekita. Nala mukuita report kuli gawaundi na kuli basandwe. I will report you if you continue doing that behavior. I know a lot of things and I will report you if you continue doing that behavior. Accept and work with your brother President Hakainde Hichilema. Accept and move the country forward. I know Comrade Punch Kaunda is ever troubled when he sees this kind of confusion. 2 days ago, I could hear the old man crying like the late Dr. Kaunda, Kenneth Kaunda. Say, what is the problem of confusion? Death. When God has allowed death to happen, he has allowed death. Yes. No one will escape death. The Bible says it is appointed unto man once to die and thereafter receive judgment. We lost a lot of heroes. Where's Ronald Penza, who died in cold blood? We lost Paul Tembo in cold blood because of such kind of behavior. We cannot continue losing our statesmen. It's such kind of act. Your architectural kind of politics for tension and confusion must be stopped. Ladies and gentlemen, we are calling for a peaceful process of handling the funeral of the former president, Edgar Chagwa. Zambia is ready to receive and bury the former president at Heroes Square. All former presidents will be buried there. The grave has already been dug for him to lie there in dignity and respect. You cannot undermine the national values. You are going to create a serious problem and hatred between Zambians and your families. And the state institutions will never trust you. You cannot take a former head of state and reduce him to family level, a national leader. Never. He is a former head of state, the former president of the Republic of Zambia, with all his immunity. So you cannot bury him in foreign soil. I want to call my brother Ramaphosa. Several times I've discussed with your team on such important issues. When Zambia fought for the independence and fought apartheid in South Africa, the heroes that were buried in Zambia, South Africa, you wrote a letter, you requested, and all the heroes were exhumed and were taken back to South Africa for burial. Zimbabwe and Zambia are sister republics, and we can't allow the boundary to divide us. Brother Mnangagwa, the president of Zimbabwe, Republic of Zimbabwe, Your Excellency, we are proud of your political achievement. We pray that you are going to stand the law, a serious law in the gap to make sure that Africa is united. We cannot afford to divide the borders because of politics or selfish gain. Stop it. Stop it. I was very young when I was working in the office for Dr. Kaunda. We made a lot of interactions when we are establishing the intelligence and operation wing to put up fight apartheid in South Africa and ensure that Zimbabwe is free from colonial oppression. Zambia, Zimbabwe, and South Africa remain sister republics. The fraternal political parties of the INC and the SWAP of Namibia, when there was tension in Zambia between Dr. Kaunda and Chiluba, Dr. Frederick Chiluba, the ANC South Africa presided and helped Dr. Kaunda to retire. I was with Mhabirungu, Lapson Chongo. I remember having a meeting at Masia Motel speaks with Chitambala. George Zuru is a special advisor to Dr. Kaunda. I remember how he engaged the government of South Africa and SWAPO in Namibia. We agreed that Africa cannot be divided. we cannot agree to allow another country to have political stability. The swap of fraternal political parties, the early South Africa financed Dr. Kaunda on KK Children of Africa Foundation, and Zambia's political climate became stable. We went to Nora at the Congress, where more than 10 presidential aspirants, including Dr. Kamoyo Ken Ngondo, Kamare, we went there, where Francis Koma was elected and Trench Kaunda, my brother, was elected the Secretary General of UNI. I remember Dr. Nevas Mumba offering a prayer at trade fair. And Zambia became peaceful. Dr. Kaunda went into peaceful retirement. I'm extremely happy that the government of the Republic of Zambia has offered to give the former First Lady, Esther Lungu, full benefits for the former president. What President Hakainde Hichilema has done is flying the national colors up there under one Zambia, one nation. Pastor Makasa, is he around? Let him come over. Ladies and gentlemen, under one Zambia, one nation slogan, I want to challenge the civil servants in this country. Let's not pray. Let's not put jokes in leadership. Yes. When you have a serious man in Hakainde Hichilema, the man who is making sure that only the existing civil servants put Arunda Ingisha Nabambi 148,000 civil servants. Everyone say for any time. Then you substitute this man. We are going to take this country. I'm aware that between 2026 and 2027, President Hakainde Hichilema will massively recruit teachers. He will recruit. As I'm talking now, ZNS recruitment in Kabwe is ongoing. Those people were working as the general workers for more than 10 years in Zambia National Service. Now they are being recruited to go for training. I'm aware that Zambia National Service have received financing to recruit a lot of young people to go for skills development training. I'm fully aware that President Hakainde Hichilema's commitment on governance, the record has beaten the record. Are you aware that in Kanyama constituency, Garden Park Ward, are you aware that President Hakainde Hichilema has